I'm trying to say that whatever consciousness is, it's not a computation.
Yes.
Or it's not a physical process which can be described by computation.
Roger Penrose, a highly respected physicist and mathematician, has made significant contributions across various fields, including general relativity, cosmology, and mathematical physics. One of Penrose's notable achievements is his work on black holes, accomplished in collaboration with Stephen Hawking. Together, they formulated the singularity theorems, which demonstrated that, under certain conditions like the collapse of massive stars, singularities, regions of infinite density, are inevitable within the framework of general relativity. This breakthrough revolutionized our understanding of black holes and their role in the universe. Furthermore, Penrose has proposed novel ideas that challenged conventional thinking on the relationship between mathematics and consciousness. Suggesting that human consciousness may involve processes that transcend classical computation, Penrose argues that the human mind harnesses quantum mechanical effects, which he believes play a crucial role in shaping our subjective experience of consciousness. In an effort to elucidate the phenomenon of consciousness, Penrose developed the concept of orchestrated objective reduction, OR. OR posits that consciousness emerges from quantum gravity effects occurring within microtubules, structures found in neurons. This hypothesis combines elements from quantum physics, general relativity, and neurobiology, stimulating considerable discussion and debate within the scientific community. Additionally, Penrose has raised philosophical objections to strong artificial intelligence, AI, contending that human intelligence cannot be reduced to mere algorithmic computations. He argues that there are aspects of human cognition that surpass the capabilities of conventional computational processes. According to Penrose, consciousness and understanding entail non-computable processes that cannot be replicated by AI systems. Consciousness can be understood as the awareness we possess, encompassing both our internal experiences and our perception of the external world. It plays a crucial role in our comprehension, the search for meaning, and the exercise of volitional choice, including the experience of free will. Our understanding of reality, the universe, and our own existence is deeply intertwined with consciousness. Regarding the origin and place of consciousness in the universe, three broad possibilities have been commonly discussed. The first viewpoint suggests that consciousness is not an independent quality, but rather emerged naturally through the evolutionary adaptation of brains and nervous systems. This scientific perspective asserts that consciousness arose as a result of complex biological computation during the course of evolution. Opinions differ on when, where, and how consciousness appeared, whether it developed only recently in humans or existed earlier in simpler organisms. While consciousness as an evolutionary adaptation is often considered to be epiphenomenal, a secondary effect without independent influence, it is frequently argued that conscious species derive beneficial advantages from it. 2. Consciousness is perceived by spiritual and religious approaches as an inherent quality that has always existed within the universe. These perspectives view consciousness as the fundamental ground of being, the creative force, or as an integral aspect of an omnipresent entity like God. Panpsychists extend the attribution of consciousness to all forms of matter. Idealists argue that consciousness encompasses all that exists, considering the material world as an illusion. 3. Another viewpoint suggests that precursor elements of consciousness have always existed in the universe, and biology evolved a mechanism to transform these precursors into actual consciousness. This perspective aligns with the ideas proposed by Whitehead and the Penrose-Hameroff theory of orchestrated objective reduction, OR. According to this theory, proto-conscious elements with potential experiential qualities are postulated to exist as the building blocks of consciousness, although their physical basis may not currently align with our understanding of the laws governing the universe. The question of how the brain generates consciousness remains enigmatic, despite the vast amount of detailed knowledge we have accumulated about brain function. According to the prevailing scientific perspective, consciousness arises from complex computational processes involving individual neurons that receive and integrate synaptic inputs until reaching a threshold for firing. This model portrays the brain as a network of approximately 100 billion neurons that compute through bit-like firing and chemical synapses of varying strength. This computational framework serves as the standard model for simulating brain function, particularly in the field of artificial intelligence, AI. The brain as computer perspective adequately explains non-conscious cognitive functions, encompassing a significant portion of our mental processing and behavior control. These non-conscious cognitive processes are often referred to as zombie modes, autopilot, or easy problems. However, the hard problem arises when we contemplate how these cognitive processes are accompanied or influenced by the subjective experience of phenomenal consciousness and the subjective feelings known as qualia, a concept frequently discussed by philosophers. Furthermore, there are other aspects that suggest the brain as computer viewpoint may be incomplete and alternative approaches are necessary. The conventional brain as computer perspective falls short in explaining. The hard problem is the challenge of understanding the difference between conscious and non-conscious processes. In the usual view, consciousness is believed to arise when the complexity of brain computations reaches a certain level, but this level is not clearly defined or testable. It is like a special point where non-conscious activities become conscious. Another issue is the existence of non-computable thought and understanding is demonstrated by Gödel's theorem, which shows that there are certain things the brain cannot compute or fully understand. There is also the problem of binding and synchrony. Scientists are trying to figure out how different activities of brain cells come together to create our unified conscious experience. They are also investigating why brain wave synchrony, like gamma synchrony, measured in EEG, which is strongly linked to consciousness, does not solely result from the firing of individual neurons. The effectiveness of consciousness and whether we have true free will are subjects of debate. Sometimes, brain activity associated with a stimulus is measured after we have already responded to that stimulus consciously. This has led some to think that consciousness is just an illusion without any real impact on our actions or decisions. Interestingly, single-cell organisms like paramecium exhibit cognitive behaviors such as swimming, finding food and mates, learning, remembering, and reproducing, all without relying on complex brain computations like we do. In the 1980s, scientists like Penrose and Hameroff started exploring these complex questions, going against the commonly accepted views at the time. They sought to shed light on the mysteries of consciousness from different perspectives. Hameroff became fascinated by the intelligent and organized activities that occur within cells. He noticed that these activities are carried out by special protein structures called microtubules. Microtubules are important components of the cell's structure and play a role in various cellular processes, such as the precise separation of chromosomes during cell division, the complex behaviors of organisms like paramecium, and the regulation of connections between brain neurons. The structure and function of microtubules hinted that they might act like tiny computers within living cells. Microtubules are made up of protein-building blocks called tubulins. Each tubulin is like a peanut-shaped molecule composed of two smaller parts, an alpha and a beta monomer. 13 of these tubulins line up next to each other to form hollow cylinders known as microtubules, which have a diameter of about 25 nanometers. These microtubules have two types of hexagonal patterns, called lattices. The A lattice has different winding patterns that intersect at specific intervals, following a mathematical sequence called the Fibonacci series. This series is found in many natural phenomena and exhibits a helical symmetry, which suggests a possible connection to large-scale quantum processes. In summary, Hameroff observed that microtubules with their unique structure and functions could potentially act as miniature computers within cells, playing a crucial role in various cellular activities and possibly being influenced by quantum processes on a larger scale.